Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming to this afternoon's License Commission meeting, Wednesday, June 18th. This meeting is being Zoom recorded, and present this afternoon, myself, Natasha Yakovlev, Commissioners Jennifer Ewers and Amy Kaline. And do we have anybody here for public comment? Seeing no hands, we will get started. We have an application for a short-term liquor license for the Northampton Center for the Arts Incorporated at 30, for the event is 33 Outside at 33 Holly Street on Friday, August 8th, 2025, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. This is a wine and malt license with a requested fee waiver. And do we have?
So I don't see Heather, and
Yeah.
I might be mistaken that she was in the May meeting and there were 3 dates, but she had only submitted 2.
Oh, that's what it was. Yep.
Yeah, so you may or may not have told her that it was okay not to come to the June meeting.
Yep, I think that we did do that.
Yeah.
So this is just administrative. Would somebody like to make a motion then to approve this?
Sure, I'll move to approve the application for a short-term liquor license for the Northampton Center for the Arts at 33 Holly Street on Friday, August 8th, and include a fee waiver as detailed in item 3 of our agenda.
I'll second.
Natasha,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
and Amy.
Yes.
Excellent, thank you. Next, we have an application for a short-term liquor license for the Glasgow Lands Scottish Festival Incorporated on Saturday, July 19th from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. This is for the Glasgow Lands Scottish Festival that takes place at Look Memorial Park at 300 North Main Street in Florence. And this is an all-alcohol license that's being sought. And do we have?
Here?
Peter's here.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. Can you just let us know your name for the record?
Sure, Peter Langmore.
Excellent. Thank you for coming. So what year is this?
30.
30. Excellent.
30th
Congratulations.
year.
That's fantastic.
20 years at Look Park.
Yeah, that's amazing. Is there anything you want to share with us about this year's event that might be different?
Well, I can start by, it's my understanding that your mayor will be in attendance, and she and Representative Sabadosa, if she's there, will be opening the games officially.
Lovely.
We're selling mead this year for the first time, 4 fandoms up in Greenfield. And I don't know, Saving Scottish Wildcats, they'll be there.
Excellent.
Last year we had 38 pipe bands. We expect as many. We have more pipers and pipe bands than any other festival on the East Coast.
That's amazing.
So last year we donated $43,000 to the 2 nonprofits that help us.
That's incredible. Wow. And how many people did you have last year in attendance?
You know, it's hard to know, Annie. Five, I'd say 6,000 to 7,000 in that area.
Yeah,
it's
that's
difficult.
Fantastic. That's great.
We're very happy. Yeah, and we're happy to be able to participate in events in Northampton, and so.
Yes, well, we love having you with this event. Do the other commissioners have any questions or comments?
I did not.
Yep, no questions. Thank you.
Okay, then I think we are ready for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the application for a short-term liquor license by Glasgow Lands Scottish Festival, Inc. for Saturday, July 19th, 2025 from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. as outlined in agenda item 4.
Second.
Natasha?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
And Amy?
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming. Have a wonderful event this year.
Thank you very much, ladies. I will send you a check now, or how does that work?
Sure.
I will process this on Friday. City offices are closed tomorrow. But I will process it through the system that you applied through, and you can make payment online.
Okay, you'll send me an email then?
Yeah, you'll get a notification in your email.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank
right,
you all.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Next, we have the much anticipated application for a common victular license for NoHo Go Berry and Cream LLC, DBA Go Berry and Cream at 207 Main Street.
So I do not see Aaron. I'm just sending him a quick email. I don't.
Okay, then we will move on until he arrives. Next, we have an application for license to sell at farmers markets and agricultural events for Cameron's Winery LLC at the 3-County Fair, 54 Fair Street, for Friday, August 29th, 4 to 8 p.m., Saturday, August 30th, 10 to 8 p.m., Sunday, August 31st, 10 to 8 p.m., and Monday, September 1st, 10 to 6 p.m. And do we have someone here from Cameron's?
I do not see Leslie, although she called me about 20 minutes ago asking me to resend her the link.
Okay,
Yeah, so I'm not sure what's
Okay.
happening there.
we'll table that one as well. Next, we have a public hearing on an application for a change of location for an annual all alcohol package store license. This is for Oxbow Wines LLC, DBA Provisions, transferring from 30 Crafts Avenue to 150 Main Street, suite number 10.
So we just need a public,
Okay, yes, and I will make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second,
Natasha,
Yes.
Jennifer,
yes.
and Amy.
Yes.
Great. And before we start, is there anybody here to speak to public comment for this agenda item? No Zoom hands. Great. Hello, Bruce.
Hi, Natasha. How are you?
If you could just state your name for the record.
Andrew Bruce McCamus is full name.
Wonderful. Thank you for coming. So you'll be making a move.
Yeah, yep. Pretty much, same operation, just different location.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions, but we basically don't anticipate major changes.
Sure. Okay. I actually don't have any questions. Do the other commissioners have any questions or comments for Bruce?
I was just wondering the timing.
So obviously,
Hoped for timing.
yeah, exactly. So a lot is contingent on obviously ABCC if we get approval here today. Hopefully September-ish, maybe. We certainly would want to have it done before the season starts to pick up in October.
Great.
Yeah.
And it'll be this, you're also going to have a cheese counter?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, same cut to order, cheese and charcuterie and
Sure.
etc.
Okay.
So yeah, and then some storage across the hallway where there are secure pens for some backstock and so on. But
Sure. Great. Jennifer, did you have anything?
No, no questions. Thank you.
Okay, then could I have a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll move to close the public hearing.
Second,
Natasha,
Yes.
Jennifer,
yes.
and Amy.
Yes.
I think this is pretty straightforward. It's a move.
Okay.
The business.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to get in the way of that.
Not at all.
Yep, I agree.
All right, then. Can we have a motion to approve the application for change of location?
I'll
Sure.
make a motion to approve the change of location for the annual all alcohol package store license for Provisions as detailed in item 7 of our agenda.
I'll second.
Natasha,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
and Amy.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you, Bruce. You are all set.
okay, thank you,
Good
everybody.
luck with everything.
Thanks very much.
All
Take
right,
care.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. I see we have, I believe, someone from Cameron's Winery. I'll just restate that agenda item. We have an application for license to sell at farmers markets and agricultural events for Cameron's Winery LLC, 3 County Fair at 54 Fair Street for the following dates: Friday, August 29th, 4 to 8, Saturday, August 30th, 10 to 8, Sunday, August 31st, 10 to 8, and Monday, September 1st, 10 to 6. And hello, if you could just state your name for the record.
Hi folks. Nice to be here with you all today. Leslie Cameron, Cameron's Winery in the Backroom Brewing Company. We have beer now, just so you know. And so, yes, I'm here for this meeting too.
Great. And where are you located?
We're in Northfield, Massachusetts. This is
Okay.
actually our 3rd or 4th time participating in this.
Great. Commissioners, are there any questions or comments for this item?
I didn't have any. I'm just excited you'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh, we love going. It's a blast.
That's so good.
Oh God, we have such a ball.
That's great.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
that's great. I feel like I
okay.
know you, but I haven't gone to see you in Northfield. I know you from the fair, so glad you're doing that again.
Thank you very much. We love it.
That's awesome. All right, then I think we're ready for a motion. Or unless, Leslie, did you want to add anything about what your offerings or anything like that before we take a vote?
Well, just so you know, we won. We just won Best Massachusetts Wine in the Big
Oh,
E.
nice.
Yeah, we beat all the big guys.
Yes, you did.
And we got the Best Fruit Wine. No offense, Hardwick or Black Birch, if you're out there.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you. We plan on having 16 different wines offerings.
Okay.
We're very excited about our citrus collection. And let's see. I guess that's it. We love coming to Northampton. We have for years. And so we look forward to seeing everybody. And we really appreciate all the help from Annie Lesko, who's always just so gracious and pleasant. We appreciate that.
As do we. She's great. All right. Well, thank you. Would somebody like to make a motion then?
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the application for a license to sell at farmers markets and agricultural events for Cameron's Winery LLC for the 3 County Fair as detailed in agenda item 6.
Second.
Natasha,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
and Amy.
Yes.
Great. Thank you, Leslie, so much.
You're welcome. Hey, you guys have a great night and
You too.
come by and see us at the fair.
Yeah, we do. Well, maybe we'll come to Northfield too.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, you guys.
Okay, the next up, we have an application for entertainment license and temporary extension of premise for a 1-day event for Lilo Inc., DBA Eastside Grill, 19 Strong Ave. This is a temporary extension of premises for September 25th, 2025, to include a portion of the Strong Avenue parking lot for Eastside Grill's 40th anniversary. The proposed entertainment is Thursday, September 25th from 5 to 9 p.m., and this will be a live band. And hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Nice to see everybody.
Can you just state your name for the record, even though we all know you?
Deborah Flynn.
Thanks for coming, Deb. Let us know about your event.
So Eastside turns 40 years old this year, and we are having a big celebration for its 40th birthday. And we're also going to be donating a portion of our money that we have raised that night to go to Look Park. It's our birthday present to them.
That sounds great.
So we are also envisioning for this night, it's going to be like out in a big tent, very fairyish, lots of white lights that are twinkling. I have hired Carrie Lennard, who decorates for Thorns and who decorated for the Swizzles, many, many events for the Swizzle. And we are going to have our raw bar will be outside, and Berkshire is going to be the people that are putting it on for us. We have 2 wine companies that are coming in that will be pouring wine that night for tastings. Then we'll have Glen Pharma from Franklin coming in and also doing a tasting on their liquor. beverages that they make there at their distillery. And we are going to have a live band that evening, and then we'll be serving our food, East Side's favorites, done a little differently that night, and also our desserts, also done a little differently. We'll also be having like a lot of swag that we're going to be displaying and selling that evening. We have like goodie bags that we're sending away with our guests that night as well. We want it to be a real fun event. I think that everyone right now needs something fun to go to.
Yep, this will be a fun one for sure. Excellent. Do the commissioners have any questions for Deb?
I did not.
No, I'm so excited. I love the partnership. I love Look Park and East Side, and I just think this is great. I look forward to it.
Yes, definitely. All right. Did you have anything else you wanted to add, Deb, before we go to a vote?
It's going to be, I just want to let everybody know that the tent is going to be like 40 by 80. We are going to be grilling outside, so I know I have to have 2 tents, one for the grilling station and one for the event itself. I am going to hire a police officer for that evening. And I think that's it.
Okay, great. I know it'll be great. The way you did the swizzle in that location was always set up really well. That'll be
Thank
good.
you.
All right, then I think we're ready.
The swizzle, those were great.
That was a fun one.
But I will move to approve the application for an entertainment license and temporary extension of premises for a one-day event for East Side Grill on September 25th, 2025, is detailed in item 8 of our agenda.
I'll second.
Natasha,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
and Amy.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Excellent. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you all.
All right. Next, we have an application for a short-term liquor license for the estate of George A. K. Jr. This is a memorial jazz concert for George K. on Saturday, July 19th from 1 to 4 p.m., taking place at 33 Holly Street, and it is a wine and malt license being sought. And hello.
Hi, how are you folks?
Good. How are you?
Well, thank you. I'm
Great.
George's sister.
Wonderful. Nice to meet you. Can you just state your name for the record?
Sure, Marjorie K. Jr.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Let us know about this event that you're having for George.
Of course, my brother was an extraordinary jazz bass player. He got his master's at UMass Amherst. He taught there. He was just brilliant, honestly. And he passed unexpectedly. Forgive me. Anyway, in February, and he played with the Green Street Trio up in Massachusetts. Paul Arcelane is his piano player. And we thought this would be a great way to honor him. It would be in the afternoon. We're all old. We have no interest in staying out. And we expect about 80 folks, maybe. Everyone who wants to play will play. Anyone who wants to talk can talk. We will get food. It's kind of homegrown. His partner, Maria, and I will be going to the grocery store to pick up goodies. My niece and my daughter and their husbands and my partner will all be in from New York area. Friends are coming. And we're looking forward to it. And I think it'll be terrific. So I did think it would be better if we had a little wine and some beer, so I thought that would improve things. This is not Coachella, but we are all friends, and I'm really delighted to be able to do this with your permission. And I do want to thank Annie. I had no idea what I was doing, and she was very, very helpful. I'm an attorney, but I'm not this kind of attorney, so she was great, and I appreciate it.
Well, this sounds like a really beautiful way to honor your brother.
Thank you.
And I have to ask, was the Green Street Trio, did they used to play at the Green Street Cafe?
They did, and they also play at the bowling alley,
Okay.
I think in Northampton on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
And they won an award from PBS, and I mean, they're wonderful. They're just incredible people, and my brother loved them.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I think it's our honor to be able to help you put this event together.
Yeah. Thanks.
So to that end, Amy and Jennifer, do you have anything you would like to add or ask?
I'll just say I worked with George on the Jazz Festival board for several years, and I adored him, and this news was gutting. And so I'm thrilled that you're doing this, and I'll see you there.
Thank you. We'll be happy to have you. And yeah, I miss him every day, but I'm real happy to do this.
Thank you for doing it. But I had no questions.
Thank you.
Oh, the community misses him. I have so many memories of hearing him play. He was special.
He sure was. He always said Mom always liked him best. And I said, well, she kind of did, but why? And he said, well, you were always unruly. So, smart Alec.
That's funny. All right. So I think we're ready for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the application for a short-term liquor license for the estate of George A.K. Jr. for the Memorial Jazz Concert to be held on Saturday, July 19th, 2025, as outlined in agenda item 9.
Second.
Natasha,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
and Amy.
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a wonderful event.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your help.
Sure.
Bye.
All right. Coming up next, we have a public hearing on an application for a transfer of an annual wine and malt restaurant license for Thai Northampton Incorporated DBA Thai Garden at 2 Bridge Street. And the proposed manager is John Kolni Sopapornamaron. And I would like to be corrected on how to pronounce that. Did I pronounce it correctly, Peter? I don't think I did. Okay, thank you. Make a motion to open the public hearing for this item.
I'll second.
And,
Sorry, Natasha,
yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
and Amy.
Yes.
Great. Before we get started, do we have anyone here for public comment? Seeing no hands, we can get started. Hello.
Good afternoon. Attorney Peter Irvine, appearing for Thai Northampton Incorporated. Basically, what's going on is a family transfer. The older generation is handing things off to the younger generation, uncle to niece. The new entity is called Thai Northampton Incorporated, as opposed to Thai Garden Incorporated.
Okay.
We're going to do business under Thai Garden. Same restaurant, no changes planned at the moment. Just going to be a smooth transfer handover. And we hope that will go into effect shortly after the license transfer is approved.
Okay, that sounds like a great succession plan. We love those. Amy and Jennifer, do you have any questions or comments?
I think there might have been a couple of outstanding documents.
No, sorry, I
No?
didn't. I just got them today and I didn't update your agenda. So I do have everything I need, except, well, I have 2 old certificates, a certificate of compliance and a certificate of good standing that I've talked to Attorney Irvine and he's going to work on getting.
Yeah, that's in process.
Great.
Getting updates. We had them before, but they got stale.
Yeah.
In that case, no, I have no questions. I'm just thrilled you're not going anywhere.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Jennifer, how about you?
No questions, but do we have to do a conditional approval? Or are we okay to move forward with the docs that we have, Annie?
I mean, I do have the documents. They're just, if I send what I have right now to the ABCC, they're going to send it back because they're old. It's actually not the buyer's documents. They come from the seller, just showing that they're up to date on their taxes and their unemployment,
And-
workers' comp.
and
Right.
So,
one of those we got this afternoon.
oh, great.
So the other one I'm hoping will show up in short order.
Yeah, they usually come pretty quick. So I I mean, I don't think it's necessary to do it contingent. As soon as I get them, I will just send everything to the ABCC.
Yep.
Okay, I understand. Thank you for the clarification, but no, I don't have any questions.
All right, then, Attorney Irvine, did you have any? Anything else you
Natasha,
wanted-
you just froze. Oh, nothing else to add? No,
Okay,
thanks.
excellent. Then, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second,
Natasha,
Yes.
Jennifer,
yes,
and Amy.
Yes.
I will second Amy and thanking them for staying around, so would be thrilled to move this forward.
yeah, I will
Likewise.
make a motion to approve the application for transfer of the annual wine and malt restaurant license for Thai Northampton as detailed in item 10.
Second.
Natasha,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
and Amy.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you guys for coming. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
And just a quick reminder that I still need you to apply for the common vic license. So that will have to go on the July agenda.
Okay, yeah, that's in the works too.
Yeah, so if you could do that, that'd be great.
All right,
Excellent. All right. Have a good afternoon.
thank you.
Okay, and then next we have application for an entertainment license for Grandemar Hospitality Incorporated, DBA Fitzwilly's Toasted Owl at, excuse me, 23 Main Street. The proposed entertainment is indoor live music with amplification for the following days and hours. On Sundays at Fitzwilly's, 11:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. At Toasted, 12 to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday, Fitzwilly's, 11:30 to 8:30, Toasted, 4 to 11. Fridays, Fitzwilly's, 11:30 to 9:45, Toasted, 4 to 1 a.m. Saturday, Fitzwilly's, 11:30 to 9:45, and Toasted, 12 p.m. to 1 a.m.
So at the May meeting, the License Commission did not approve the live music because of the requirement for the entertainment response system. But since then, Captain Stolmeyer did a little research, and because the Fitzwilly's was established before 2007, according to Mass Building Code, then it's not a requirement that they have this entertainment system response.
Okay.
So this is just administrative if you're willing to approve the live music.
Yep, I see no reason not to.
I'd be happy to make a motion to approve the application for an entertainment license by Grandemar Hospitality, Inc., DBA Fitzwilly's Toasted Owl for the proposed entertainment as outlined in agenda item 11.
Second,
Natasha,
Yes.
Jennifer,
yes.
and Amy.
Yes.
Excellent, thank you.
Before we move on, before I forget, I just want to circle back to the application for the common victular for NoHo Go Berry and Cream. Do we know when he was hoping to open?
I think has been wanting to open, but I can see it from across the street and there's still paper on the windows, so because he seemed a little upset that he wouldn't be able to get on the agenda until June, but now we're here and I don't think he's open. I know he's not yet, so.
Right. So, with all of the paperwork submitted, would we be comfortable with approving the common victular so that he could open his doors?
I would be comfortable with that. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want us to hold it up.
Yes. Yep. I'm comfortable with that accommodation. Yep.
Great. Then, since all documents are submitted, can I have a motion then for that application?
Move to approve the application for a common victular license for NoHo Go Berry and Cream, LLC, DBA Go Berry and Cream as outlined in agenda item 5.
Second,
Natasha,
Yes.
Jennifer,
yes.
and Amy.
Yes.
All right, thank you. So then we are at item 12, discussion and possible vote to determine the means of reissuance for the available all alcohol liquor license. And we have an update from Annie regarding our last, since our last meeting.
Yes, so the commission asked that the mayor communicate with Eric and the Bowery Group about the commission's intentions to determine how to reissue the license. The mayor, I mean, we can't get in touch with him. It's impossible, but he had an appointment with the planning director at Florence Bank. And so the mayor showed up with the planning director, and similarly to what she did when she showed up at the Calvin last time when he had an inspection. And he essentially he cut her off and was just like, I know, I get it, I know, thanks for the heads up. I'll have something before the commission next week. I mean, as per.
And that was more than a week ago, Annie?
Oh yeah, that
Okay.
was like 2 weeks ago maybe, and he actually did respond to a text from Alan, and he just said, "Thanks for the information. I will give you an update next week." And that was a few weeks ago. I was like right after the meeting last time. But yeah, he cut off the mayor and said, "Quote, I know, I appreciate the heads up. I'll have something before the commission next week." Since then, and I've been given permission to say this, since then, there is a company called Save Live or Save Live. It's founded by Mark Geiger. He is an American music executive and an entrepreneur. I guess in 2020, he created a platform to help live music venues recover from the pandemic. And he has called the office and talked to Alan and the mayor a few times, and it sounds like they're pretty serious in trying to make a deal with Eric. And I guess, and then in talking with this individual, it sounds like the deal between the Bowery and Eric went sour because and this is all just hearsay, but that Eric did not like the Bowery people, which is why it didn't continue.
Okay.
Can I ask a question I should know the answer to, which is the Calvin license the only potential all alcohol liquor license available at the moment?
Yes, the other one was the NoHo Social, and that one's not
Available at the moment. Okay.
No, it's not available.
And there's no update. I know we talked about the Majestic. I forget the new name of the Majestic, but we talked about that last time, and she had just gotten approved by the ABCC, so she still has time to figure out what she's doing there.
She does, and I think we gave her to the end of August or September for an update.
Yeah.
She unfortunately way overpaid for the license. So she's gonna have trouble finding a buyer.
Do you know what she paid for it?
I think she paid 75.
And is she attempting to sell it?
I believe so. Yeah.
All right. I'm looking at this Save Live website. Oh, they do have a couple locations in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Mullins.
Yep. Okay. Thank you for that update. And then in addition to that update, we did receive a letter from the folks at Sub Rosa, which Amy and Jennifer, did you guys have a chance to read that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Annie, was my suggestion for having that attached to the minutes. Would that be appropriate?
I think that's perfect. I will add the letter to the minutes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, well then let's have our discussion again. So last month, the three of us all felt 95% ready to stop waiting. We just, that 5% was having some confirmation, which you know, we have. It's great that there's another entity that is interested in entering into discussions with Eric, but as we know, those discussions could take forever. So if you are not opposed to it, I would suggest that we just move straight to a discussion on how to reissue this license.
I would be very much in support of that.
That's fine.
All right. So Annie, you have not heard, Sub Rosa is the only business that you've heard from with interest. Is that correct?
Yes.
And do you know, and I should have put this in an email earlier, but do you know or have a sense of what other wine and malt holders or cordial holders would want to enter into a lottery if we were to do that?
I mean, I have no new understanding other than everyone that wanted to come for a license at the last lottery did, and everyone got one.
Yep. Okay. Jennifer and Amy, what are you guys thinking?
I thought after reading the letter from Sub Rosa, although I think it's exciting to think about the notion of opening this up to invite other businesses who might be looking to come to Northampton, but for a liquor license. I thought it might be better to support the existing businesses here first. And so I am open to the notion of a lottery again that was open to either all cordial holders or all cordial and beer and malt licenses, wine and malt licenses, as we've done in the past.
Yep. Jennifer, what are your thoughts?
I checked my notes. I don't remember what the quote was recently when we had asked about any upcoming changes from any updates from Lindsay Sabadosa, and I believe we were told that her response was, you know, we'll come to me, or you know, I'll go to the state if we need more. Like that we. Again, I don't remember her exact quote, but she seemed to feel confident that if more licenses were needed, you know, to go to her and she would try her best to make that happen. I think that it would be beneficial to advertise, you know, whatever that means, for the lottery, and then we would have data to give to Representative Sabadosa if others were interested.
That is a good point.
So I don't know how that makes Amy feel, but
I would
I don't want
rather,
to, I was just going to say, I don't want to assume that there isn't interest out there when we haven't asked, but I think lottery would be a vehicle to ask, and then we could go to Representative Sabadosa if necessary.
So I had asked Representative Sabadosa to send me the change for, I don't know if this is what you're talking about, Jennifer, because I know at the last GNCC meeting you had she mentioned that wine and malt holders might be able to trade in their license for an all alcohol license. You had mentioned that, and so I reached out to her, and there is an amendment in chapter 138 about licensing authorities allowing a licensee that's licensed to sell only wine and malt beverages to trade in said license and be issued a license to sell all alcoholic beverages pursuant to section 12. Provided that any wine and malt beverage license that is traded into the local licensing authority for an all alcoholic beverages shall become non-transferable upon the issuance of the license to sell all alcoholic beverages. So it sounds like it's kind of like a conversion process, the same way we can convert seasonal to annual. I asked her about the status and she said, this was 9 days ago. She said the budget is now in conference committee. It has to survive conference. The Senate has a slightly different proposal, so it seems likely something will happen and then the governor would have to sign it. I'll keep you posted.
Well, that's really great news.
Yeah.
So, Jennifer, does that answer your question?
Yes. Well, I mean, it's not solved, but
Right.
they're working towards a solution.
It's a better solution.
It's a better solution,
than begging for more licenses.
100%.
I think I'm, in terms of Jennifer's thought about marketing, I feel like we have an existing Northampton business that put in effort to show up and to write a letter and explain their case. And I don't want to do marketing outside of Northampton just for the purpose of collecting data. But I also feel like I don't know that we want to set a precedent of just giving it to the entity that came and wrote us a letter, because we didn't ask all of the people who possibly could. So a lottery to me fit within the existing realm of businesses that don't have all alcohol licenses, but that hold cordial or wine and
I think
malt.
that's what you meant, Jennifer. Is that what
100%, yes.
Oh, I thought you meant advertise to prospective restaurants.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Then I
Yeah.
agree with Jennifer.
Yeah, that, I mean, I love the idea of being able to use these as tools to attract business, but we don't have that luxury because we don't have the licenses. So it's a moot point. I feel, I really appreciate the letter that we received. It was helpful to get a better understanding of what it is costing a cordial license holder, because I've always thought like this was a really awesome alternative and it's a really cost-effective alternative. Well, guess what? It's actually not. It's not that cost-effective for business owners. That said, we talk a lot about setting precedent for things too, and I think that I would be more inclined to do a local lottery so that in the future, if we have another license, it's not like a first come, first serve if people didn't know about it. That seems to have some inherent unfairness built into it. So I am leaning towards doing the type of lottery that we've always done, which is for the existing wine and malt and or cordial holders who are in good standing.
That's where I am too.
Yep, I agree with that.
Do we procedurally, I guess 2 questions. Do we procedurally need to do anything to reclaim the license from the Calvin, or we're holding
already
it and we just need to, great?
Yep, it's already ours.
And so then if we're saying that we want the plan to be the same as we've done this in the past, do we need to vote on it or know if we're going to just do it the same way?
Annie, do you have readily available the conditions that we've required?
Yeah, would you like me to read them?
Yes, please.
So applicants must be an existing wine and malt beverages liquor license holder in the city of Northampton. I think that could probably be extended to wine and malt beverages and wine and malt beverages with a cordials liqueur permit, just to be clear. Applicants must be open 4 or more days a week. Applicants must exercise the liquor license no later than 90 days from the date of ABCC approval unless prohibited by national, state, or local. Okay, that had to do with COVID. Applicants cannot be an all alcohol liquor license holder in the city of Northampton. Applicants cannot have had any of their previous licenses revoked by the Northampton License Commission.
Okay.
So I think we need to adjust.
I would like to suggest an amendment to the conditions that currently read open 4 business days a week to 3.
I would second that.
Yep. It's okay.
Okay, so so 3 business, 3 or more.
Yeah.
Days a week or business days?
Days.
Days.
Good. And then, so there was one about they must exercise the liquor license no later than 90 days from the date of the ABCC approval. And then there's a bunch of jargon about state of emergency for COVID. Do you want me to keep the first part and erase the COVID part?
I think the first part makes sense
Okay.
and erase the rest.
And then you're good with cannot be already have a liquor license, all alcohol, and then cannot have any of your licenses revoked.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then the first one is must be an existing wine and malt beverage holder. Do you want to just keep that language?
Yep, and add and or wine and malt and or cordial.
Okay. I know okay. I was gonna say, I know there was conversations in the past about seasonal licenses, but I think applicants being open 3 or more days a week covers that.
Yep. And if we do move to a lottery, I would like to do it ASAP.
I would like to do it in person too, please.
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
That are, I mean, I think that are, I know we have often built in time before to get the word out, but in this case, I would just like to go straight to do it in July. And
I think that's fine if it's a known list of entities. I suspect they all know if they want this or not, so.
Okay, so what do you want from the individuals that are expressing interest? Do you want a letter of intent? Do you want an application?
I think in the past, we've just done a letter of intent, I believe.
Mhm.
And I would consider what we have in hand from Sub Rosa today to be a letter of intent, and we wouldn't require anything else.
I think that's fine with me too, again, if there are existing businesses that already have licenses.
Are we ready for a vote on that?
I think Kel's hand is up. I don't know if we can entertain a comment, but I'm just flagging it for Annie or you, Natasha.
It's up to the chair.
I will entertain a comment, but not a conversation because this isn't an agenda item as public comment, so. If you could unmute Kel.
Me. I just wanted to say that when we were first applying and there was a lottery happening at that time, there was also a sense that I was told at the time that there had been people waiting for a long time to enter the lottery so that we were not considered for entering the lottery at that time. So in some way, there was like, okay, people have been waiting for this over quota thing to be happening and you're like new on the scene. So we have to sort of like get it to the people who've been waiting for a lot longer, which is just totally understandable. So that's why, from my perspective, it was like, oh, if they want it, they're probably attending these meetings, which is why I thought maybe we hadn't attended frequently enough to know what was happening. So thanks for reading the letter. That's just want to share my experience from the last year.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
For Jennifer and Amy, I just as a point of context, I don't specifically remember that, but I do know that when the mayor had gone for the more the over quotas, the people who were given the over quotas had been in multiple lotteries. Is that right, Annie? How that was done?
When she went for more licenses, she took the people that had submitted letters of intent for the previous lottery and didn't get it. And she took those individuals that did not receive the license and included them in the legislation for the state. And then got a few more that we could do whatever with. Does that make sense? I feel like I did not articulate that well.
No, I think
That
it
makes
makes
sense.
sense.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the yeah. Okay.
I appreciate that sentiment, but I feel like, A, because there wasn't anybody in the last round who didn't get a license. And B, because I don't want to be, I don't want us to be in the position of having to decide, like, where's the cutoff? Like, if you've been here 3 years, is that too new? But if you've been here 4, then it's too old. I think I'd be inclined to just a lottery, but.
So there was the last lottery we did, there were people that didn't get it. And
Sorry,
That's
the
what-
last round of licenses that were distributed.
oh, I see. Okay.
I misspoke. In other words, but for Sub Rosa, we're not aware of anybody. It's not like somebody was trying to get a license at some point recently and wasn't able to because we didn't have any. Is that?
Right.
Are you thinking, Annie?
I'm a little confused, but that's a me problem.
Yeah, but how long ago was the last lottery? Because I feel like if we're assuming that there's no other interest, so that's the part that's making me a little
I
nervous.
guess I'm not making that assumption. I think the lottery should be open to anybody who currently holds a cordial or a wine and malt.
Okay, thank
What
you.
I
I
don't,
understand now.
yeah, what I don't want to do is have to decide how new is too new to not be included in that lottery.
And I think that last batch, those over quota licenses that the mayor got were specifically for previous lottery. People who didn't win the previous lotteries, and it wasn't just the one previous lottery, it was the same chunk, same group of restaurants moving along of like 7 or 8 of them every year it seemed would come, and one would get them, and then the next year the remaining 7 would come back. So it was that batch of people that I think that were given those licenses.
Yeah, I don't remember there ever being a notion that people who were waiting longer were prioritized. Yeah.
Should we tie this up and move to a motion? It sounds like it sounds like we all agree that we would like to do a lottery. We would like to keep it local to existing businesses based on the conditions we just outlined. And we would like to do this in July.
Yes.
At an in-person meeting, please.
Meeting, yes.
Yep.
Well, I'm happy to take a stab at it. I don't know if I have all of the detail that Annie needs, but can I make a motion to hold a lottery in person in July for reissuance of one available all alcohol license for existing businesses? They have to go through all our conditions.
You could just say as in according to the conditions previously outlined.
According to the conditions previously outlined.
Second.
Natasha,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
and Amy.
Yes.
The individual for Go Berry and Cream is present. I don't know if you just
Oh,
want
okay.
to relay what we've done or.
Yeah, Aaron, thank you for coming. We approved your common victular license and we're very excited about your pending opening. So you are all set.
I'm happy to unmute if you want me to.
Yeah, because I've never met him. If you want to unmute him, that'd be great. Hi, Aaron.
Everybody, can you see my face?
We can see your face.
Okay, great. It's great to drop in for a second, and thank you so much for the approval.
Sure.
Like you all, I'm really excited to open up soon as well. I am looking at an opening late June, early July. I'm going to determine that in the coming days and be reaching out to folks at the time. So
Awesome.
I'm really excited. So thank you for following through on that license and yeah, and I look forward to seeing you all in the shop if you want a wonderful frozen dessert.
Absolutely. Thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Be
Uh,
well.
Thanks. Okay. I do just to circle quickly back to the license discussion, I do just want to note that we are now officially done with Eric Schuer's licenses. No more waiting for Eric. Yes. All right. So can we get a motion for approval of the May 21st minutes?
I will move to approve the minutes of May 21st, 2025.
Second,
Natasha,
Yes.
Jennifer,
yes.
and Amy.
Yes.
New business.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I'm not going to be at the August meeting. And I know some years we have not had an August meeting. And 1 year that got tricky because of the delay of applications for wineries who are at the 3-county fairgrounds. So I wanted to, or wondered if it would be possible this year to, is there any way, like, can the fairgrounds give us a list of who those people are? And we could approve their licenses at our July meeting contingent on all of their paperwork being submitted?
Yes, I would love to not have an August meeting. And that's why Cameron's Winery was here today because of in the past they were late. And I also have heard from Hardwick that I think they'll be on the July agenda. So I can reach out to the other ones and make sure that they get their stuff on the agenda for July.
Yeah, I remember one of them, I think it was Hardwick shared with us last year or the year before that even if they get their paperwork submitted really early on the state end, that the agricultural office is a little gummed up. And so
Leslie got hers.
Yeah.
So I don't
we
know.
just remind them and tell them it's got to be done in July. I just don't want anybody to be left out in the cold, and I don't really want to get yelled at again by the manager of the 3-county fair. That'd be great. That's my new business. Don't yell at me. And you have new business?
Does anyone else have anything?
I do not.
Jennifer?
The only item on my mind, I'm wondering if the sub rosa letter can be forwarded to the ABCC. I mean,
What about Representative Sabadosa to submit with her stuff?
okay.
Or to both.
It's just important to me that they know that the hardship that's created. You know what I mean? I think we're assuming that they're in touch and that they know, but I don't know that for sure.
So the ABCC doesn't really, I mean, they don't make change. They just follow the law. I think it would be more appropriate for Senator Comerford and Rep. Sabadosa. I'm
I still think
happy
that
to send
it's
it to
important for a
ABCC.
commission to know if they're hindering businesses, but But I hear you.
I'm happy to send it to
Yeah.
them. I know nothing will come of it just because they are who they are, but, and they don't, that's not really their jurisdiction, but I'm happy to, I will do whatever you ask me to do.
And they don't, it's not the ABCC who sets the number of licenses per community, right? That's
No, it's state law, yeah.
Flagging that Kel's raising their hand and they might have a thought about where we're sending their letter.
Then I will recognize Cal to share the thought.
Thank you. I wanted to share briefly my experience when we had our ABCC inspector come, and she was like, "You should be a package store." Like, she was just like, "You should have all the things here." And I was like, "Well, this is like, aren't we limited by what like your standards are?" And she was like, "We don't care. This is your town. This is your town doing this to you." And so like she was like, you should get like a takeaway license. And I remember going to Annie and being like, "Are there package store licenses that we could get?" And she was like, "No." But so anyway, they seem like they're like amped to approve cool spaces and cool businesses, but it's all the whoever, is setting the the quotas is the issue. Yeah.
Yeah, and the quotas are based at the state level and based on the number of people who live in town. And then sure, there are some towns that are, I forget what they're called, but they're totally dry and they don't allow any licenses. But our hands are totally tied at the state level. So it's unfortunate that ABCC inspector is not aware of that.
Let me guess, your inspector was Caroline.
Yes, I think probably. Yeah.
That tracks.
Very loose.
That tracks.
Yeah. And also we are one of the businesses that the Majestic folks approached and asked the $75,000 price tag, and approached twice when I was like, this is not possible.
That's right. They bought it for 70 and they're trying to sell it for 75. That's right.
And I was like, God bless you. If you can get that, go, but I think that is one of the reasons why a lot of these businesses end up not being able to make it, because they're paying so much for that license. And I know that it will make a difference for us, but that is a huge place to start from to try to make up that amount of money. So that's why we'll cross our fingers. We'll keep an eye out for that in-person lottery. Thank you for reading our letter.
Of course, thank you for your input. It's appreciated. Okay. So Annie has new business.
Just quick updates. I emailed NoHo Social, looking for an update. They said that the application and queries are out for signature and they would have that information or an application to me within a few days. That was June 4th. They emailed me Tuesday asking if they can just renew the license because a license was issued. That isn't the case. The license wasn't renewed. It was essentially, it just reverted back to the city because there was no renewal. So that's just FYI there. Highbrow called about possibly, they want to take one of the wine and malt package store license that was held by Bottle O, and they want to change the type from a wine and malt to an all alcohol before they transfer it to themselves. So they were wondering if the commission